2 nights ago, I was laying there awake at night thinking about how AI is probably going to replace my job soon. I'm a digital marketer. Part of my job is I help my wife, help her with her coaching business. I create ads, make videos, write blogs, all that kind of stuff, right? And I know that in the very near future, in my opinion, all of that will be replaced by AI.
Right, so we go back to the future and we stop it from stealing the time machine.
And while I tried not to cry myself to sleep, I thought maybe I'll just focus on how I can become an AI automation expert. Every business is going to need it, so I started Googling around. Specifically, I started looking at how to build AI bots because when I thought about it, I thought every business on the front end is going to want something for customers to interact, ask them about their program services, blah, blah, blah. And on the back end, the executive team and management is going to want to be able to read reports and analyze data and get recommendations from the AI on the best course of action to take for the business. So I searched and I searched. I played around with a lot of code and installed Python and all this stuff. And I thought, this is more complicated than I thought it would be. But then I found something that just blew my mind. They call them Zapbots, and they are part of the interfaces feature of Zapier. If you've never used Zapier, it's an awesome tool. No, this isn't sponsored by them. But their specific tool, Zapbots, are so impressive. They're so easy to set up. There's no code.
That's unbelievable.
And I think they could be extremely valuable to a business. In fact, I think if you watch this tutorial completely, spend a few days playing around with this functionality, you could start building these for businesses right now for some really big money. It only took me about 30 minutes or so of playing around to build my bot, and I think you could probably do it in about 3 minutes if you already had your data ready. So here's how it works. The first thing you need to do is you need to get your data ready, which means you need to go find everything about either your business or yourself, whoever this is for, everything you've ever written, everything you've ever said, all your services, your SOPs, all that stuff.
In Russian prisons, your life story is written on your body in tattoos.
And you need to put it together in one document. When you do this, this is essentially the only step that you need to do. Once you have that data, which needs to be less than 1 megabyte, which I know sounds crazy. When I first saw that, I thought, why not a gig or something? 1 megabyte? But it turns out that that's about 500 pages of text. So you can go through, you can export your Facebook data, you can grab every post you've ever said, your Instagram data, download everything you've ever said. You can use a Chrome extension for ChatGPT to transcribe your YouTube videos. You can use AI to go find your Zoom meetings and conferences and take all those transcriptions and upload those. You can take blog posts. You can take your website. You can take all this information, everything you have for your small business, for yourself, if you want to make a personal bot, whatever you might need, you can put into this one document.
About pretty much everything.
And you can use that as the basis of your AI going forward to respond to customers, to write new videos, to write new blog posts, all using a backup of you that can work 24/7 in the cloud all the time. All right, so let's show you how this cool new tech works. Okay, so you need to go to interfaces.zapier.com or zapier.com and you can navigate to this page. But once you get here, you'll see they have a template page started for you. So we're going to click on that where it says Zap Chat. And you can see there's a lot of different options. It's not just AI chatbots, but we're going to go down to where it says chatbot and build an AI-powered chatbot. You can see it's in beta, it's experimental. They also have the ability to build custom prompts. So like if you wanted to say like, what services do you offer? What programs do you offer? You can do that here. But we're going to go in and say add to chatbot. This is experimental. It might change. Wow, that's fine. In my opinion, they're probably just going to make it better and better. So no better time to learn this technology now, and as it improves, we'll be in good shape. So, but then you can see here's what the chatbot's going to look like. You can take this chatbot, you can embed it on your website, you can share it as a link that's hosted at Zapier. A lot of different options. So we're going to click Edit, and when the content loads up, you can call the chatbot whatever you want. This is just an internal name, so we'll just call this like Artificial Bee. And B for Brandon. And then for the greeting, you can have it be random or generated, or you can just have it be static. I like the idea if I was doing a chatbot to have it be static, so you could say like, what would you like to know about artificial B's business, right? And then this is just the placeholder for this field here. Ask me anything. I think you can leave that. That's fine. And the directive. So this is where you tell, just like if you were working with ChatGPT, you tell it how to behave. And you can add as much or as little as you want here. So if it were me, I would say you are an AI representative of artificial, I picked these hard words to spell and type, of artificial B, and you should respond to all requests using the data and context that you've been provided. So that just tells it, again, like reminds it to use the data. I don't know if that's necessary, but it seemed like it helped when I did that, just in experimenting with things. That you've been provided, blah, blah, blah. So you can say to tell the user about my business or services or whatever you want. You can play around with this. And then down here, if you want to connect your OpenAI account, you can. If you want to use like ChatGPT 4, if you want to use that, you can. I just left it on the default options. Same with this. With creativity, you can see you can make your responses more predictable, like based on the data and context you provided, or you can make it more random and maybe not give as accurate of data to your people. Display the disclosure message. This is just height, width, alignment. So if you're going to embed this on your website or your blog or something like that, and this is just a way to size it. And then you'd hit save. And then we'll go up to data. Okay, so now we're in the spot where we can connect our data source. Now, your source can be so many things. When I was experimenting around with this, I took my wife's Facebook and I downloaded every single post she's ever made. I also went to her YouTube and I used this extension right up here in the corner. It's called NoteGPT, and that will transcribe any video that's on the screen. So I took some of her more important videos and I downloaded those. If you're a business, of course, you would probably want to put your FAQs in there, your standard operating procedures, who knows, your sales data, anything that you want people to be able to access and your AI to be able to represent. So keep that in mind. You can do that. You can also take your Zoom meetings, and they have AI widgets, if you've ever noticed, in the corner that will transcribe those meetings, and you can add that information in. So you can imagine, like, if you really use your imagination, there are so many uses for this. But we'll just do an example one here, and you're going to say add a source, and the data type is file. And if you look here, which is cool, there's table and web page coming soon. So if you're someone who uses Zapier already, you know that they have zaps that you can do. So I can envision this where you take information from the web page and then people interact with it, and then it shoots a zap off and sends a text message or an email or, so many things here. So anyway, so we're going to choose file. And then we're going to say browse files, choose a local file. Now I've already downloaded this, but I'll show you what I did actually real quickly here. I just did this so you can see how it works. So artificial B, so this is information about my business. So this would be your data file. Runs a digital marketing business that sells rubber duckies. He is also related to Snoop Dogg. And I did this odd kind of funny stuff just so you can see that it's actually pulling from this, data source and how this works. So anyway, we'll choose a file. Oh, sorry, I want to show you one more thing. And then you want to go in here and you want to say download. I'm in Google Docs. You can do this in any Word document editor. And we're going to say download as plain text. And then we are going to go back to our screen, choose a local file. And tester was the name of it. Okay, and then you say add source. And then it usually takes like 1 minute or so, I've found. Okay, and that's it. It has been 5 minutes and 40 seconds for me. Real time, and I'm going to go up here and say share, and you can see it gives you this hosted URL if you want to share this with just anyone. But you can also, if you go into the settings, you can add your own custom domain. You can see that here, so that you can have your own website with just your chatbot for people to access and put it on a page of your website. So many possibilities here, but we'll go open the chatbot. Let me make sure I have the right one here. I'll refresh it, and then okay, and we'll say, I'll just say, tell me about you and your business. And let's see if it gets this right. I'm proud of our digital marketing business of cracking up the internet for 20 years. Here's the real kicker. Sell rubber duckies, but I'm also related to one and only Snoop Dogg. That's right, I've got some serious canine. I think he thinks it's a dog, but that's all right. You can see how creative it is and how fun it is. They use a little bit of humor. And anyway, I just think this is really neat. I think if you take advantage of this right now, you could be on the forefront of having your own AI automation agency. You can start making some money. Or if you already have your business and you just want to complement it with something that's going to be super helpful. I know this is going to be really helpful with my wife's business and probably replace a lot of what I do. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to try to do a lot more AI videos in the future here. And so if you want to, of course, support the algorithm and let it know that you like me, maybe, that would be cool. So thanks for watching.